Hi everybody, it's Kessel44, and I just got a new Lego set, and it's a pretty big one. It's an oldie, but it's a goodie. Yeah, obviously since it's this big, I'm not going to be doing a time-lapse for it, but here it is. The Kessel Run Millennium Falcon. It's ironic, because this is the biggest Lego set I've ever gotten, and Lego claims the biggest Lego set ever is a different Millennium Falcon. To quote Palpatine, ironic. But yeah, yeah, obviously, I know it's not actually the biggest one. You might not know that, but yeah. Okay, so, and I mean that with the big Millennium Falcon. This is the biggest Lego set I have, though. And I've always wanted a big Star Wars ship like this, like a big one, like a TIE Fighter, X-Wing, Millennium Falcon, you know, something like that. Like a popular ship for it. I finally have one, so, yeah. So, it's set number 75212, and it has 114 parts. It's recommended for ages 9 through 14. There are 7 minifigures inside, being 2 of these droids here. I think one of them... No, it's not, okay. There's this guy named Gway Tollett. I might have to rewatch Solos. I can't remember who that guy is. And yet, Lando, Chewbacca, Han Solo, and Kira. So, yeah. And obviously, you get the giant Millennium Falcon. Let's open this bad boy up real quick. If I can turn it to the right angle. Open this thing up. Come on. Okay. Let's see how many bags there are in here. There are 16 bags. Yeah. So, there you go. There's some stickers. Obviously, my dreaded weakness. Luckily, unlike the last set I opened, which was the 20th anniversary pod racer, all the stickers are actually here. For the record, I did actually contact the LEGO group, and I did actually get the sticker I needed for that, so I do have that on there now, if you were wondering. And there is just one giant manual, kind of like how my Great Hall just had one giant manual. Obviously, like, pretty much all big LEGO sets just have one huge manual. So, I'm going to open this thing up, and instead of doing a time-lapse, I'm just going to go straight to it since the set is so big. I need all the time I can get to do the review. So, yeah. There we go. Alright, so I have built the set. Time for the minifigures. It's going to be about 3 days. Here we go. So we're going to start off with Han himself. Here's Han Solo. Here we go. Zoom in a bit here, like I usually do. I'm going to need to have this up. It's going to be hard to do. That'll probably work. So here's Han. Overall, looks really good. Obviously, that hair, which I never actually had before this set. So, yeah, it looks really good, though. His face definitely looks more like the actor who plays him in Solo. I don't actually know his name. More so than Harrison Ford, which is what it's supposed to be. It is based off Solo, so, yeah. The printing on it, overall, really interesting looking. The jacket and everything. Flipping around, he does have an alter. It's some kind of scared, determined expression, yeah. And here's Lando Calrissian. As you can see, also pretty detailed, has a silver blaster, which I've never seen before. And yeah, just really good looking overall. I'll show you his back printing real quick. Also, he does have the older style cape, which I love because the older style capes just fold up way easier up here, so it's easier to do that when making reviews. And his alternate expression is just a slightly happier version of his regular one. He's using the hair that they used on Nokia, I believe, from Black Panther, but yeah, pretty cool overall. Here's Chewbacca. Overall, he looks kind of goofy, in my opinion. I don't really know how much I like that mold they used, but yeah. Also, he doesn't have his bowcaster. Instead, he has this shotgun blaster, which I don't know why he wouldn't have his bowcaster, but hey. Overall, pretty detailed. He has no printing on his body, so yeah. Here's Kira. She also looks really good. Here's her back printing and her other facial expression. She's using the same head as Captain Marvel, I believe. So, yeah. I mean, I don't have the Captain Marvel set, though, so I can't really check. But, yeah, that's Kira. One of the Kessel droids. Don't really know these last 3 names, but, yeah. Care about that. There you go. And here's the last guy. I also do not know who this guy is. Probably a Kessel 9 worker or something. I don't know. He looks interesting, though. I like this mold they used to do that, but, yeah. He also uses that new skirt mold, so yeah, pretty nice. Finally, we have this droid here. Pretty interesting design overall. Uses the legs from the old Ninjago skeletons, so yeah, pretty good looking overall. Overall, the minifigures are pretty good. Obviously, we don't get Beckett in here or Lando's droid, which is kind of disappointing. But otherwise, the minifigure selection is really good. Here's the Falcon. It was too big to fit on my box in my closet, like the Harry Potter set. So, it's here. Just have the minifigures here in case I need them. Oh, wait, where's the... I always lose this one. Okay. So, here we go. Has quite a few features in it. Obviously, it does look really accurate and really good. Here's the first feature. You can actually take this off and then insert in a pilot, which in the movie it's either Lando or Han, so let's put Lando up there. And I don't know if you can fit them in with the blaster, but yeah, you can then reattach that quite simply. Now, you can also shoot this off, sorta. Not really. Okay, so you can remove this. If I can get it out. You can remove that, and this is like the escape pod that is used that they shoot off. So now it looks more like how it usually looks. You can obviously lift this up to open up the escape pod and put somebody in like this droid here. It also does have this thing here. I don't remember. I'm gonna guess it's the stuff they tried to get from Kessel in the movie. I honestly cannot remember what it is called, but yeah. Pretty good overall. Now for the rest of this thing. So, you can move this forward for extra things. And you can also lift up all of the panels here to see more on the inside. If I can get them to work with me. There were a couple missing pieces in here, so keep that in mind. But, yeah. Probably not going to contact LEGO, because most of them weren't that big a deal. Here we go. So, as you can see on the inside, there's like 4 different sections. This one's just empty, but the other 3 are full of interesting things. So we have this little meeting area with the table they used to play. I believe it's Sabak. Maybe that's the thing he used to win. I don't remember which one was which, but yeah. So you can sit in your minifigures here to have a little meeting if you want. You have Kira there. You can have Han over here. Quite simple. You can also obviously have this Navicomputer, so you can have somebody use the Navicomputer on the chair, which I'm not going to work on, but yeah, the chair does spin. These ones don't move, but yeah. So yeah, there is a Navicomputer there. Now, if we turn this set a little bit more, maybe we'll turn it to over here. You just heard a snap. That was from the bottom. I'll let you know in a minute, but yeah, you do have this little area, which is like a storage facility. You can remove both of these, and they both have different things in them. One of them just has more of that stuff from the escape pod, and I believe the other one's empty, but I don't actually remember. Let me check here. Oh, nope, it has some binoculars in it. Interesting. Okay. So, yeah, and you can obviously put your minifigures around here if you just really want to, but yeah. Then we move over to the final bit on these 4 areas, which is over here. And if I can get a good view of it, here we are. It is the bar. You have something just serve drinks to a character you want to, and let's just get the droid to do this. Here we go. You get the droid to serve. You get somebody to serve drinks here. You get Chewbacca to get some, I guess. One part did just blow off. I figured I mentioned that, but yeah, I'm gonna fix that real quick. So you can obviously have them serve drinks to Chewbacca or whoever else you want to get some drinks or whatever. And behind it, there is actually a little bed area for you to put your minifigures into. They do fit, but they don't really snap in, so it's not the greatest, but it works as long as they don't fall out, which they tend to, but yeah. Give me a second here to get Han in here. Come on, Han. Han! He always falls out of this thing. There we go. He's in there now. He can fall asleep. And I will also mention that there is that satellite dish there, obviously, on one of the panels. And in the middle here, there is this little blaster turret, which you can lift up. And you can take this out. I don't know what this is. Down there, there's also a little escape hatch, though. It's kind of interesting. I don't really know what this is, but yeah. And if you turn the thing upside down, you have this other area. So you do have these little stilts here, which the ship sits on, and you have this little turret here. But you can also take that off, revealing where that thing is. Sorry, rail storage. You have this thing. I don't know what this is. You can take it out to the other side though, and if it was out, I could put a minifigure through there and recreate the scene from Empire Strikes Back where Lando saves Luke, but with the wrong Millennium Falcon. So yeah. Now I find this kind of hard to put back on, so I'll wait on it for a second. And there is one other feature I'll show you, but I'll show you that once I get back. And here's the last feature. You can push these forward, and it will fire out the spring-loaded shooters that are hidden in here pretty well, actually. This is definitely my second favorite feature of Lego sets, just because, well, I like loading them in. I like the sound it makes and the way it feels to put these in, but yeah. My favorite one's obviously the garage door, like I think I've said before that, but yeah. Here we are. Let's put this in. It's quite simple, as usual. And I will now fix this, and now I'm going to fix the Falcon and do the final bit. And that is the Lego Star Wars Kessel Run Millennium Falcon. Hope you all enjoyed this. It was pretty darn fun to make. It took like 3 days, but yeah. Overall, this set ended up looking really good, and I finally have an iconic Star Wars ship made out of Legos. So, yeah. But yeah, guys, anyways, other than that, though, guys, bye, gooey.